for so I hit him twice for 33, I think, and then one headshot for 10
there's a med kit
damage.
Up here. I'm taking a med kit. Don't let me go up and down. Oh, there it is. Oh, the apartment's like halfway gone. Wait, I have attack. Should I carry SMG? Or should I do attack a deagle? Because I have a deagle.
Whatever your best stat.
Oh, SMG is really good at spamming. I mean, like anybody. Alright, I got a grapple. I kind of want to rush.
I don't, well, if I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can snipe anyone.
Then, I mean, if you're gonna stay back, I'll stay back too. Whee! I got a deagle, so I guess I could snipe. Oh, dude. Wanna get rocket roaded by my grappler?
No. Oh, people just built a hut. And he's breaking it, Come on, finish it. Finish breaking it.
I could deagle it, then you can snipe it.
Oh, he's right there. Does he see me? He just finished. No. Oh my god. No.
Almost.
Someone TNT'd it. Who's he fighting? Who's, oh my god, he's standing still. That kid's standing still.
I got
tagged him for 110. He's low.
Should we rush this? Oh, we gotta rush this, bro. Rush it, rush it.
Yeah. There's 2 squads fighting. One of them's low.
Yeah, one of them. Oh, mostly low. Ah! I fell.
They're looting. Yeah, there's 2 squads. There's 3 squads.
Dude, you can't go for this. Wait.
Supply drop.
Knocking me down. On me?
Was that you who knocked him?
No.
They just lagged me off. Is he trying to follow me?
I'm out of mats. Oh.
Tagged him once.
Let's go. Oh, I'm getting shot at.
I see him. Maven skin. Where is it?
No! Come down. Dude! Give me your god, bro. Come on, build around me, bitch. Build around me.
Four people spectating.
If you see a heavy shotgun out there, that's probably mine because I got that kill. And I just did it bad because the guy rushed. 15 minutes. Here, I got some manages for you.
Duos and squads, by the way. There's gonna be so much. There's probably gonna be more. I mean, there's so much loot. Medikit.
Should I take a heavy shotgun or a pump?
I would take pump. It's up to you.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Dude, I kinda need that med kit, not you. I got bandages. Okay, I guess not.
Oh, supply drop. Wait, is it
Chug.
still there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still there. Okay. Chug, call it. I'm calling it Chug.
If it is.
Dang.
Grappler. Wait, there might be at the bottom. Oh no. What? Okay, there's more loot here. There's so many people. Where are all of their loot?
I know, you took so many heals and I need heals. Oh my god.
Oh, there's more. Oh, minis. One mini. Oh my god, this didn't even get looted. What is this?
The bodies didn't get looted, didn't they? Or did they?
I don't know. I just know there's a chest here.
Yeah, how many kills you have?
2.
You gotta go.
Tilted didn't even get looted properly.
Still a chest left.
Yeah, let me finish my game. If only this was duos, but it's squads.
You probably wouldn't. Any heals? Oh, present.
Yeah, you're gonna get heals from that.
Slurpee.
Yeah, you probably will.
Slurpee boy. No, I didn't get any.
What? Okay, that's just unlucky. There's a grappler here if you want it.
I already, yeah, but that's
That's so unlucky.
Dude.
Oh my god, I've looted 3 chests and no heals.
Oh, med kit, but shit, I'm taking it. I have to.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, grappler.
All I need is a Slurpee boy. No, I'll be good.
Tilted didn't even get looted, but there's so many people. Minis in the vending machine for 150 wood.
Yeah.
You should probably get it.
Yeah, I have 149.
Let's go.
No,
we can't say we cleared out Tilted because we only got 4 kills.
Can you buy it for me? Because I literally have like no mats.
Okay, I have a lot.
You have a lot? I'll buy it here. I'll buy it.
I'll buy it. No, you just made me buy 2. Oh my god, you told me to buy it, but okay. Just stack then.
Alright, can you give me some mats? Because I'm like at 16. I'm literally at 7 mats.
Okay. I dropped you 200.
Okay, that's good. Way faster than Stone by running.
Could I have that trap?
Yeah, I don't even know where that trap's at. So sure, I guess. I would have gotten one more kill, but I don't know where that kill went.
I know, there's so many people. I only saw 3 people's loot. And it was squads, so like, where's everyone?
Supply drop, like, northwest.
14 people left. Should we just do what we did last game?
What?
Camp.
I mean, there's a supply drop over here, by the way.
I say we don't get it. What's in that vending machine? RPG for...
There's a chest. There's a chest.
RPG for wood. Should I get it?
No, don't waste it.
I think I will.
I'm going for the supply drop.
I mean, I kinda have to. It's squads. Duo squads, so... We need explosives. Remember what happened last time?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so yes. We need to we need to wipe out a full squad to get enough mats for both of us.
Hunting Jones just wiped out a full squad.
Who?
Hunting Jones.
Oh.
He just
What was
wiped
the
out a
supply
full
drop?
squad. Half of my loadout was from the start of the game. More than half of my loadout was from the start of the game. Like in double L's, from half of double L's I got a SCAR, second gun, legendary pump.
Oh, it's a 4v4v2.
Well, let's go here for brick. Storm's so slow. That's kind of funny.
Again, I got a launch pad just in case you didn't hear me.
Okay. Oh my god, a lot of people are dying.
Oh shoot. 6. Do we gotta look for people so we can like third party?
5. Oh my god, look at that.
Oh, shiza. Hopefully they're low. Is that the air? There's an airplane.
Oh, there's an airplane.
Oh, it just dropped.
It just dropped, yeah.
Oh, I see them. They're literally like waiting for us. No, it's a solo. It's a solo.
Yeah.
No, then that means it's like a 3. Dude, we gotta go for that third party.
Whatever it is, we're not. Come on.
Dude, we gotta go for.
Why is he staring? Wait, is he in a tree? Oh my god, people are dying. What? 2v2. I'm going, Dad. 2 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes. It's last people.
No!
Is it a solo?
No. Watch out.
Are you kidding me? Why? Yes, he's low now. Come on, his teammates coming. Why'd you run away? No, why'd you drop down?
Okay, and I'm not gonna be here until 8 p.m.
I'm going dead. I hit him for 43. Come on. Please. Don't die. He might med up. Oh, he's going for the finish. Oh no, he's going zone. He's gonna finish. Come on. Yes! Let's go. Duo squads. GG. Whew.
Let's go! Alright, I'll wait in the lobby for you.
Yeah, in about half an hour, I'll be back.
Okay.
Right? Half an hour?
Yeah.
How long is it?
Never. Tomorrow.
Very funny. How long?
40 minutes.
Okay. I would just say 35 then. Don't, no, todavía no.
Here, oh, just call me when you get.
Okay, my
What?
dad says it in about 35 minutes. See you.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
bicicleta. Míralas, míralas. Dos torres, ¿ves? Una tenía la torre de telecomunicaciones, el palito hacia arriba. Esos son antenas. Como para distribuir celular para toda la ciudad, señal de televisión, es una antena.
That morning, I was still kind of asleep when he left. Kiss me goodbye. And that was it. Never heard from him again.
The official version of events has always been 4 planes, hijacked by Al-Qaeda terrorists acting alone. Then deliberately crashed on targets in America. But half of Americans still don't believe they've been told the whole story.
We've been begging our government for 15 years for answers. And we're told that it's classified. Sorry, top secret. You can't know more details about the death of your dad.
Now, not only relatives, but also some senior politicians and former intelligence officers are claiming that much of the truth surrounding 9/11 remains buried.
I'm burdened by the fact that all those people are murdered. When it could have been prevented.
The families have not been told the truth. You haven't been told the truth. No one has been told the truth.
How much is
Mira
still
los
to be
edificios del
revealed
lado.
about the events surrounding that day?
If these hijackers didn't act alone, who helped them?
La antena baja paradita, ¿sabes?
We're talking about thousands and thousands of documents that have not been revealed to the American public. There's no other explanation. There's no question to cover up.
Dicen que fue por más aviones y que el gobierno sí sabía.
Ever
Mira
since
la torre nueva.
there have been those who question the official version of events,
Ay, con la antena.
saying it's been a cover-up, to stop us from knowing what really happened that day. None have been more vocal than the conspiracy theorists, the so-called truthers.
See, as they say in the Matrix, how deep this rabbit hole goes. I really do feel like I took the red chair.
Businessman Jimmy Walter doubts the official version of 9/11, believing it was a plot concocted by the US government. He points to the discovery of one of the hijackers' passports at the crash site.
Rebuilding the World Trade
They
Tower.
found it was a
They can't find
passport.
the bodies. They
How?
can't find the black box, but they find the unburned passport laying on the street. Give me a break.
Jimmy Walter believes that elements of his own government wanted to take the country to war, so boosting the arms industry.
The military was getting their funding cut. The CIA was getting their funding cut.
Many conspiracy theorists like Jimmy Walter believe the collapse of the Twin Towers had nothing to do with 19 Arab hijackers, but were brought down by explosives deliberately planted.
Dicen que esos ataques los organizó el mismo gobierno de Estados Unidos, los mismos militares, porque ya no tenían presupuesto, les estaban quitando. La CIA es la Central Intelligence Agency, la central de inteligencia aquí de Estados Unidos para investigar esos, los malos, para investigar los grupos terroristas de otros países. el FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, también es para investigar a los secuestradores y a los terroristas. Les estaban quitando el presupuesto y se estaban quedando sin plata esas agencias para operar por todo el mundo. Entonces necesitaban una guerra, necesitaban un acto terrorista que pasara aquí en Estados Unidos para que el gobierno les diera más plata. Y dicen que ellos mismos organizaron la destrucción de las Torres Gemelas y todo eso, el mismo gobierno.
Pero se mataron al que lo organizó.
No, contrataron personas que se mataran ellos mismos, pero los organizaron desde aquí de Estados Unidos.
Que mataron al que organizó todo eso allá.
Eso dicen que era el que organizó. El mismo gobierno agarró a una persona y dijo, eso fue Osama Bin Laden, matémoslo. Ya, listo, y se acabó el problema, porque ese fue el que nos atacó, pero pudo haber sido todo mentira. Esto lo que dicen es que todo fue mentira.
Hola mami, te quiero.
He says the pictures of the planes crashing into the buildings were in reality computer graphics.
Mañana vamos a instalar
Hydrogen explosion, a hydrogen air bomb, because that's the only thing that can really explain the extent of the explosion. No way that could be just a collapse.
Over the years, Jimmy Walters says he spent at least $6 million on his campaign to reveal what he claims really happened that day. He doubts the hijackers have the expertise to fly the planes into the buildings.
Forgive me for asking you this, but I'm sure some people have suggested to you that you're nuts.
Which is crazier? Small fires brought down those buildings and caused them to explode. Said that 19 Arabs beat the United States Air Force 4 times. This guy who couldn't land couldn't land a Cessna did this? No.
You're saying that the official view, as I understand it, is a big lie.
The biggest lie ever told.
Hundreds of websites, films and books all claim to have evidence of a conspiracy. Over the years, 9/11 has been turned into a booming industry. Amongst the most famous is the documentary Loose Change, first shown in 2005 and made by an aspiring filmmaker for a few $1,000s.
When I made Loose Change, I was very much an idealist, a young idealist, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I believed I could change the world.
Back then, one poll indicated nearly 9 out of 10 Americans thought they weren't being told the truth. Loose Change appealed to a skeptical public, outlining as it did the most popular conspiracies, such as the attack on the Pentagon.
A Boeing 757 is 155 feet long, 44 feet high, has a 124-foot wingspan, and weighs almost 100 tons. Are we supposed to believe that it disappeared into this hole without leaving any wreckage on that side? Why? We were the first internet blockbuster. We would check the Google Video Top 10. We were right there at number 1. Got to a point where there was a new translation every day. And people didn't ask us, they just did it. We didn't make a single dime off of any of it.
As word about the film spread, there developed an increasingly angry debate between the self-styled truthers like Dylan and those who passed them off as little more than cranks. The main supporter of the official view was one of America's most widely read engineering magazines.
We found that none of the claims that we looked at held up. If any of the claims were true, this would be the scoop of the century. The conversation around 9/11 was so overheated. We tried to be very rational and very straightforward in our coverage.
At one point, during an increasingly feisty debate, the two sides came together.
Mommy!
The wingspan of the plane was about 124 and change. Not loose change, but I find it very convenient that Alejandro decided to choose that one particular section of the Pentagon to hit when he could have just dove right into the front door. There was some some hostilities in the world of paranoid conspiracy theories. There are no coincidences.
You're not. The Popular Mechanics came out and said, oh, you know, all these engineers and architects and all these intelligence officials all say that these kids are full of shit. So they're full of shit.
Today, Dylan's views have moderated. He doesn't stand by his more extreme claims, such as passengers being offloaded from Flight 93 before it crashed. Even so, he still believes that many of the questions posed by climate change are as relevant today as they've ever been.
One of the things we talked about in those early days was, why do we not know where the hijackers got their money? Where did they get their support? Why did two of them live with an FBI informant? Why did no one catch these guys?
Since 9/11, the conspiracies have been discredited by most scientists and engineers. But increasingly, there are other questions that many relatives want answered.
The real story is not coming out. I don't think we really know what happened.
But the doubts won't go away. Not the more outlandish claims about government involvement, but others. Among them, the mistakes made by the various agencies and whether they've been covered up.
No wild conspiracy theories, no detonators and bombs to bring down the towers, all that stupid shit. To prevent this thing, it didn't have to happen.
Driven by the families, there's now renewed pressure to find out more details about the background to events that day.
This is Pete and all of our high school friends.
Kathy Owens lost her husband Pete in the Twin Towers.
He actually was dating a girlfriend of mine when I first met him. And then after high school, they broke up in the summer.
Today she wants to know what opportunities were missed.
Isn't the main job of the government to keep their people safe? You know, they failed at that, but then I at least expected them to stick up for us and stand up for us and get to the bottom of everyone who was responsible and try to stop it from happening again.
Doubts remain about the actions of the three intelligence agencies and whether they did enough to stop the 19 hijackers. The FBI responsible for investigating crimes on home soil, the CIA dealing with foreign intelligence and covert action, and the NSA, the National Security Agency, which monitors communications. Before 9/11, Mark Rossini had been seconded from the FBI to work for Alex Station, a unit of the CIA, gathering intelligence on Al-Qaeda.
The people at Alex Station thought they were smarter and better than the whole FBI. The rules were that CIA information would not be passed to the FBI unless they gave permission.
The story of the failure to stop the 9/11 hijackers begins in December 1999. Mark Rossini learns that two Al-Qaeda members, Nawaf al-Hazmi and Khalid al-Mida, are traveling to Malaysia to take part in a terror summit to plan attacks on American targets. The CIA has them under surveillance.
Their passports are taken and photocopied and given back to them, and they go on their merry way. In that photocopy of their passports, it is learned that they have a visa, each of them have a visitor's visa, or B1, B2, to visit the United States of America.
According to Mark Rossini, it's information the FBI should have been told about, and he confronts his bosses to ask why the FBI is being kept in the dark.
It's not for the FBI to know. So what do you mean it's not for the FBI to know? It's FBI, this is CIA information. When and if we want the FBI to know, we will let them know, but you're not to say anything. So, I'm stopped in my tracks. Nawaf al-Hazmi and Khalid al-Mida make their way to Bangkok, and then from Bangkok, they make their way to the U.S. They kind of just went away in that respect, figuring, okay, well, they got visas,
intelligence, and they'll figure it out. The CIA will tell the FBI about it when they feel they need to tell them about it.
Al Hazmi and Almeida settled in San Diego, California, where they lived during 2000. While living there, they enrolled for English classes and flying lessons. The log of their activities put together and published by the FBI after 9/11 makes clear they were making little attempt to stay hidden. They applied for driving licenses and opened bank accounts in their own names.
There's just no logical reason why the FBI wouldn't be told. Even just informational purposes, just saying, hey guys, there are really bad guys we followed, and you should know about it because they're in your backyard.
After 9/11, it emerged that the pair were even renting a room from an FBI informer who never realized his tenants were Al-Qaeda terrorists. And whilst the CIA may have known that Al Hazmi and Almeida were terrorists, but never passed on the information, they weren't the only one of the intelligence agencies to have missed clues about what they were planning.
Shortly after 9/11, I know people start asking questions. How did we miss this? Why did about 3,000 people get murdered? How did this happen?
Thomas Drake worked as a senior analyst for the National Security Agency, the NSA. 6 months after 9/11, he recalls discovering that whilst living in San Diego in 2000, Al Hazmi and Almeida's phone calls to Al-Qaeda's terror cell in Yemen had been recorded.
I'm just absolutely astonished.
I'm the first to tell you that a lot of the language was coded. They're not flat out saying we're going to take down the Twin Towers in New York City.
What sort of codes?
Okay, codes. Codes in terms of landmarks, codes in terms of locations and places. And the problem was none of this was being analyzed in a way that brought it all together.
Whilst the NSA was recording a huge amount of data, including their phone calls, the agency apparently didn't have the resources to analyze all the information coming in, let alone realize the calls to Al-Qaeda in Yemen were coming from San Diego.
You can imagine, to my horror, finding out critical intelligence actually inside NSA databases that was undiscovered.
But you're saying that evidence, those conversations, gave cast iron evidence of a plot.
Yes.
In the United States.
Yes.
That
should have been followed up with the other intelligence agencies.
With the agencies failing to join the dots, even prevent 9/11.
Con que él dispare a un vidrio, todo el avión se puede caer.
¿Cómo?
Porque cuando tú estás en un avión arriba, tiene la cabina pressurized. When you break a window, all the pressure goes away and the plane can break apart. Just
Let's
by
say
breaking a window.
Everyone's scared, no one's attacking him. Is there anyone outside that can help? Los military officers. No?
No, que cómo entran a un avión en el aire.
No, shoot it.
No, lo que te digo, no le pueden disparar desde afuera a un avión porque el solo avión puede explotar.
¿Por él?
Y matan todos los pasajeros.
Pero no matan a todas esas personas.
Sí, en última sí, pueden matar a todos los pasajeros para que no maten a más gente en una ciudad, sí.
Was missed. Nobody from the FBI or CIA would agree to be interviewed for this film, but one person who would, and one of America's most powerful men back then, is General Michael Hayden.
There are lots of reasons why we did not prevent that attack. All right? Identifying Nawaf al-Hazmi and Khalid al-Midhar in San Diego through the intercept of the communications probably wasn't one of them, but again, I've got an open mind. If somebody could show me how we could have, should have known, I'm happy to entertain that reality. Even if we could have prevented this 9/11, given where we were as a society, a 9/11 was going to take place. we were not nearly on the top step of the dugout, to use an American baseball term, the way we are now.
3 months before 9/11, there was an urgent meeting called the FBI headquarters in New York. By now, the CIA had lost track of al-Hazmi and al-Nida and finally alerted the FBI.
You track terrorists half around the globe. They come to the U.S. and you don't tell the FBI. You don't put them on a watch list with the State Department.
The next the FBI and CIA knew of the pair was as part of the group of 5 hijackers who were able to board Flight 77 in Washington and fly it into the Pentagon.
We know the truth as to who did it. We know the terrorist movements, activities. We now have reconstructed everything about them, their lives. But the truth has not come out as to why the FBI wasn't formally notified of them coming to America.
Mark Rossini has a theory that the CIA's original intention was to recruit al-Hazmi and al-Nida as spies, but they'd refused. And that there are many documents that the CIA is still holding back.
Because if it did come out, it would mean the end of the agency. It would be obliterated. They hold too many secrets. Like a bank, they're too big to fail.
The people who dropped the ball, I feel sorry for them. You know, that must be a big burden that they have. What makes it worse is that, you know, they're not really coming clean about it. You can forgive a mistake, but they're aggressively, you know, trying to hide something.
We fundamentally failed the nation. We fundamentally failed to keep people out of harm's way. I'm burdened by the fact that all those people were murdered when it could have been prevented.
Senator Bob Graham led the official investigation into the intelligence failures made by the various government agencies, one of 2 major inquiries set up after 9/11. He says even he wasn't told the full truth, encountering their refusal to give up key information, produce documents, or allow witnesses to testify.
Some of our intelligence agencies would be embarrassed if information came out that they knew certain things and either failed to follow up or if they did follow up, did so incompetently. It started out with what I call cover-up, where you just hold the ball and not let other people see it. And then it moved from that to what I call aggressive deception, where there were efforts made to recreate the narrative.
The US government and CIA say the 9/11 Commission in 2004 provided a full and complete account of the circumstances surrounding the attacks. The CIA says its officials gave extensive public testimony, and it has declassified several documents relating to its performance in the lead-up to the attacks. Former CIA officials have said that they did have a strategy to work with other agencies at the time, and denied that the CIA tried to recruit hijackers as agents and covered it up. Middletown, Connecticut, 2 hours from New York City. Throughout the town, memorials to one of their sons, Bruce Eagleson. He died in the South Tower of the World Trade Center while trying to help others. His family, too, want answers.
I think we've been told very little. We know the basics of it. We know the 2 planes at the World Trade Center. We know a plane hit the Pentagon. We know a plane crashed in Pennsylvania. And that's all we know. We don't know who organized it. We're being told it's Al-Qaeda. We don't know who financed Al-Qaeda. There's just so many questions that we have that are unanswered.
Questions are now being asked, not just about the missed opportunities, but why in the months after 9/11, the Bush government targeted first Afghanistan, then Iraq, accusing them of supporting or harboring terrorists, but didn't mention its key ally in the region, Saudi Arabia. Yet Osama bin Laden and 15 of the 19 hijackers were Saudis.
the relationship between the United States and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is a relationship that has many tentacles, and therefore that became an area of inquiry that was off limits. And whether it was the FBI, the CIA, the Treasury Department, the Department of Justice, when you got close to the relationship with Saudi Arabia, the veil dropped.
Immediately after the attacks, American airspace was closed. As soon as it reopened, dozens of Saudis were allowed to fly home. In some cases, before the FBI was able to question them fully, including members of bin Laden's family. It appeared that Saudi Arabia was avoiding full scrutiny from the start.
How does a group of 18 hijackers who have no experience living in America, who have no jobs in America, who don't speak English, how does a group like that get through our airport security? How do they learn how to fly planes? How do they find medicine? How do they find food? How do they communicate?
¿Ya? Dije, no, se molestó cuando me dejaba una comunidad con unos bañas. No importa, dejé el cero del computador, que no me importa. ¿A dónde está lo que le pedimos hoy? ¿Dónde está? Dije, si usted no cumple, yo se lo respeto el computador. Y dice, mientras ya baña.
No, pero a veces
Dije, ¿qué es esa cochinada? Y desde que ustedes estaban allá en la piscina, Pablo, ¿no saben que era en la piscina? No, no sé qué. Entonces vas a hacer la cosa visual. No, que ya voy.
Y si necesita computador, que utilice el viejito mío.
Qué pena. Y ahí en la cama lleno de comida. Dije, no, usted no ha querido entender que no me sube comida. Entonces, así como usted su cabeza y su aseo personal que está en el cuarto, dije que no hay comida entre la cama llena con maní, con todo. No le volví a enseñar. Ahí, me subió por la música.
Mamá, vamos a comprar. ¿Qué me vas a sacar?
Ah, no, más.
Quedan 23 minutos.
Bueno, ya esta te va a subir, pero bájeme esos calzoncillos y usted también mire. Esa plata está desde que se la di y le he dicho todos los días, guarde la plata en la billetera, no, nada. Calzoncillos de adorno en la casa, tampoco.
Llévalos a la lavandería y ves si guardas la plata.
Voy a traer la plata.
¿Vamos a dormir juntos?
No, hoy no.
Ay, ¿por qué?
Absolutely unimaginable that they
No,
would
mi amor,
have
porque
had
yo
conversations.
la mamá también se levanta temprano y ya empieza el trajín de la semana.
¿Qué pasa?
De dormir juntos.
Eso le digo, entonces...
Years of pressure led to the publication this summer of the document known as the 28 Pages, part of the official inquiry kept classified for 13 years. This revealed further possible links between the hijackers and other Saudis living in the United States. In San Diego and elsewhere, the 28 Pages identifies 15 Saudis and others whose names are concealed, who may have given support and assistance to the hijackers. One passage notes,
In testimony and interviews, a number of FBI agents and CIA officers complained about a lack of Saudi cooperation in terrorism
¿Ya
investigations.
pasaron los ataques?
No, es que este es un documental.
El documental es de lo que pasó. Contando
diferentes
o
teorías de por qué pasó, quién lo hizo.
¿Y la película no la vieron o sí?
No, ahorita no es para eso.
Por ahora
no hay en español, amor, ni hay subtítulos ni nada.
bueno, entonces los acompaño con el
Both before and after the September the 11th attacks.
The 28 pages are the tip of the iceberg. There are literally thousands of other pages that in some cases may be even more incriminating.
Dicen que el gobierno cubrió todo.
Much of the 28 pages is uncorroborated material received by the FBI at the time. The 9/11 Commission later concluded
Que la CIA sabía de los terroristas cuando llegaron a Estados Unidos, pero no le dijo al FBI. Que entre las agencias de inteligencia no se comunicaron entre ellas mismas. Que a la CIA y al FBI les estaban quitando el presupuesto y necesitaban recrear una guerra, buscar una guerra con algún lado para volver a tener plata, para seguirse moviendo por todo el mundo y tener todo el dinero que ellos necesitan para sus armas y para... Entonces que necesitaban recrear una guerra. Entonces esta gente, hay gente que dice que el mismo gobierno de Estados Unidos fue el que hizo el ataque.
there was no evidence the Saudi government or senior officials individually funded Al-Qaeda. However, allegations of Saudi links go beyond the 28 pages. Now, attention is being focused on the activities of the 9/11 hijackers elsewhere in America, particularly on this beach town in Florida.
Pero me parece que si dicen eso allá, por eso tampoco es bueno, porque me hicieron la perseguidora a un hombre, los mataron y de todo, y a ese grupo también que es tan terrorista y todo, como para que tengan las dudas, es otro enemigo más que se ganan, ¿o no?
Lo que pasa, mi amor, es que las dudas no es que lo hizo otra persona, las dudas es que lo hizo la CIA y el FBI. Porque siempre dicen que en todos los ataques grandes de todo el mundo siempre una sola persona, el que mató al presidente aquí en Dallas, a John F. Kennedy, un solo individuo por allá en un cuarto piso actuando solo y mató al presidente de Estados Unidos. Entonces todo eso es lo que dicen. Este ataque tan grande, haber secuestrado 4 aviones, ¿son cuántos terroristas? 19 terroristas. Se infiltraron en 4 aeropuertos de Estados Unidos, metieron armas, secuestraron aviones y nadie se dio cuenta. El mismo día.
Queen Terra Central.
Tuesday, September 11. It's just before 9 a.m. and President Bush is in Florida. He's visiting school children at Booker Elementary in Sarasota as part of a campaign to promote breeding. Among his audience is retired businessman Larry Berberick, a key witness not only to that moment, but also in the investigation that will follow.
President Bush had the children all lined up around him and right in front of him. And an individual tapped me on my shoulder and said there had been a plane crash into the tower in New York. And at that point, there was no indication it was a big plane or a little plane.
As word spread that a plane has hit the Twin Towers, and with the president unaware of events, his entourage begin watching the news reports just as the second plane hits.
And so with that, his chief of staff went over and leaned down to President Bush and told him that there had been an emergency. President Bush's face just became ashen.
When the gravity of the situation becomes clear and that other planes have been hijacked, the presentation is ended. But by extraordinary coincidence, Sarasota isn't just where the president heard about 9/11. This unlikely setting on Florida's west coast is also where some of the plans for those attacks were finalized. In a Sarasota car park, private detective Bill Warner is at work.
Basically, we have 2 types. We work on cheaters cases, infidelity, and we also work on child custody cases, and also do a lot of surveillance. I'm a private investigator. in Florida for over 21 years. And this is my neighborhood.
Since 9/11, Bill Warner has been on a crusade, trying to piece together just what may have happened here.
I felt like I should have done more. 3 of the pilots trained here. Muhammad Atta, Marwan Al-Shehi, Ziad Jarrah, they were all here.
Ziad,
it was here, at Venice Airport, just outside Sarasota, that Muhammad Atta, the 9/11 ringleader, did his basic training in a one-engined light aircraft. Described as rude and arrogant, at one point his instructors threatened to kick him out because of his attitude.
There's nothing special here, especially in Venice. Venice really skews it as a much older town. The big question, why come here?
The detailed FBI chronology of the hijackers' activities, pieced together and published after the attacks, reveals that Muhammad Atta and another 9/11 pilot, Marwan Al-Shehi, spent 6 months here living in an apartment. In the days after 9/11, the FBI discovered that 14 of the 19 hijackers had some connection with Florida, either here in Sarasota or elsewhere in the state. Yet just why has never been fully explained.
These hijackers didn't act alone. Who told them of what was the nature of the assistance, who organized that assistance and paid for it?
Outside Sarasota, there are any number of upmarket estates with glossy-sounding names like the Hamptons, Marbella, and Prestantia.
Prestantia has about 528 homes, and they're mostly affluent homes. They have a golf course there. It's an upscale community, very well landscaped, and homes are very well maintained.
Larry Berberick lived at Prestantia at the time of 9/11. He was the president of the Residents Association and also in charge of security.
Security was very important to us. Somebody coming in, they would have to give their identification, where they were going to be going to, and the guard would observe the proper identification and then indicate the tag number on the vehicle.
It's what happened at Prestantia in the months before 9/11 that has become one of the unanswered questions. Not just the possibility of local links to the hijackers, but whether the FBI investigation into them has been covered up. In the 2 weeks before 9/11, a Saudi man, Abdulaziz Al-Hiji, his wife and their 2 small children, living at 4224 Escondido Circle, moved out suddenly.
There was no notification at all. They just came through the gate. The guards noticed that they were in a van, and they left.
After 9/11, and suspicious of the Al-Hiji's departure, local police decided to investigate. Larry Berberick went with them.
We opened the garage door and entered through the garage, like they had just gone to the movie. There was food on the table. The refrigerator had food in it. There was a dirty diaper in one of the bathroom waste baskets. Computers were gone. They had left in a hurry.
According to Larry Berberick, investigators now asked for the gate records, a record of just who had been entering Prestantia and just who they were visiting. Information that he believes was then passed on to the FBI.
4 or 5 people would come at one time, would come into the Al-Hiji's home. And we would take the name and register the name of the driver and the tag on the vehicle belonged to Muhammad Atta.
Another person we spoke to also confirmed that Muhammad Atta, the 9/11 ringleader, was a visitor, and that he'd gone to the Prestantia estate on at least 3 occasions. After 9/11, while it was revealed that many of the hijackers had lived in Florida, the FBI kept classified that they might have had local Saudi contacts. That only became public in 2011, when investigative reporter Dan Christensen broke the story. The FBI then denied his request to produce further evidence, so he took the bold step of suing them.
unexpectedly, I began to receive some documents.
On first reading, this FBI document appeared to confirm a connection between the hijackers and the Al-Hiji family.
What this says is that further investigation of the family in Sarasota here revealed many connections between them, names blanked out, and individuals associated with the terrorist attacks on 9/11/2001. It went on to say that a family member attended Huffman Aviation, which was the same flight school where Muhammad Atta and Marwan al-Shayhi trained.
There was also a letter among those FBI documents suggesting there was no connection to the family and the 9/11 hijackers. And it stated that Dan Christensen's original investigation was wrong.
Hey, mommy!
Curiously, the date of the letter, 15th of September 2010, was a year before this story had appeared, leading both him and his lawyers to believe that the letter may have been planted to discredit his report, and that the FBI was trying to cover up its investigation.
So it looked as though prior to releasing that document, the FBI had deliberately tried to undermine the significance of what was being told to us. The reaction was, well, where's the rest? There's got to be thousands of pages of additional material. And they said, no, there's nothing more. That's it. You know, we've done a look, and that's all we could find.
Not satisfied with the FBI's response, and believing there were many more documents they had relating to the presence of the hijackers in Florida, the lawyers returned to court. A federal judge ordered the FBI to turn over everything they had.
They said we found 80,000 pages of documents. We said, okay, that's what we're looking for. That's exactly what we expected. And they said, oh, no. Those are, and by the way, those are all classified documents.
Dan Christensen says the FBI was trying to stop him from seeing the documents. It's also alleged they've kept any information about a possible local connection from the various 9/11 inquiries years before, although the FBI deny this.
Well, the significance is the FBI knew this. Why haven't they reported this to Congress? Why didn't they report this to the 9/11 Commission? Why was this a secret for a decade? And why now, after we've asked questions about it, are they unwilling to provide us with any details?
The judge is now poring over each one of those pages, deciding whether they can be released. The FBI's efforts to prevent further disclosures have even involved attempts to silence Senator Graham. One time, when he was greeted...
Guarda la plata. Todo no puede ser así.
¿Dónde la pongo? En la billetera, tienes dos billeteras en tu cajón. En los cajones de tu mueble, tú ya sabes.
Mi amor, el computador de Pablo no se ha apagado, apágalo.
¿Cuál mueble? ¿Qué es eso? Amor. Lo mismo fue cuando te ibas a ir para Houston, que ¿dónde están? Allá en el robo, y ahí tienes dos billeteras, escogí cuál vas a meter la plata. Que Daniel está enfermo.
Yes.
Estoy con fiebre, vómito y diarrea. ¿Quién sabe si le daño o un virus o quién sabe qué le da? Y que Nelson es que hoy la Marina estuvo todo el día trabaje, haciendo eso del colegio, papeles y todo. Y que Nelson todo el día en la cocina, cocinando, no sé qué le digo, oh. Entonces, estaba mal acostumbrado, le dije. ¿Qué? Que a veces se metió en la cocina y cocinó todo lo nuevo. ¿Qué pasó?
Nelson que estuvo en la
¿Lo baja o lo baja?
Ya lo bajo.
FBI agents as he arrived at Washington Airport and told to drop the matter.
The FBI said that they had made all the information that they had found about Sarasota available to our congressional inquiry. Well, I knew that I'd never seen such information, and as a Floridian, had I seen it, it would have caught my particular attention.
So they lied.
They did not tell the truth.
They lied.
The FBI declined to respond to the issues raised in this film, but as previously stated, its investigation concluded there was no credible evidence of any contact between the hijackers and the family on the Prestancia estate. Yet the allegations about the link between Sarasota and Al-Qaeda terrorists don't end there. Another man, also alleged to have visited the Al-Hiji's property in Prestancia, was Saudi-born Adnan Shukri Juma, who'd lived in Florida for many years. After 9/11, he became one of the FBI's most wanted, accused of planning acts of terrorism, both in the United States and in Britain. In the months before 9/11, the FBI chronology tells of the hijackers' activities throughout Florida. As well as flight training, they visited bars, nightclubs, even sex shops. But it only gives a partial picture.
There's a lot that we do not know about their presence here in Florida. We don't know much about who they may have met with. There are big gaps in the whole timeline here that we don't know about. One of those gaps involves Sarasota.
Abdulaziz Al-Hiji now lives in Saudi Arabia. He told us the allegations about him and his family were false, and they had no involvement whatsoever with any of the events. In the past, he strongly denied any association with Mohammed Atta, the other hijackers, and Adnan Shukri Juma, or the 9/11 plot, and said his sudden departure from Prestancia was because he'd been offered a new job in Saudi. He said he deplored the attacks on America. The FBI had cleared him of any involvement and had not questioned him when he visited America in 2005. 1,300 miles away in New York City, lawyers representing families of those involved in 9/11 are now digging for further information. They say that the Florida connection plus the recently released 28 pages all point to a Saudi link with the hijackers, and that, they believe, is just the start.
Talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of documents that our government has concerning the Saudi connection and the supporters for Al-Qaeda that have not been revealed to the American public. Our own government has a substantial amount of documents and evidence that they obtained pre-9/11 and post-9/11 during their investigation, not just the 28 pages, that's the tip of the iceberg.
Andrew Maloney has been representing the families on 9/11 since soon after the attacks. And in his case, this is not just work, it's personal too. He lost 2 cousins and a close friend when the Twin Towers were hit.
This is a document concerning a request we made to the CIA, and it discusses terrorist financier Osama bin Laden chartering an aircraft, and when you get to the juicy part, it's redacted. You've got a big white box there. When it discusses how he raised money to finance his operation through heroin and opium trafficking, that's redacted. I believe there has been an effort, a sustained effort in the United States to protect some of the information that our government has with respect to the Saudis and their connection to bin Laden and Al-Qaeda. This one that we refer to as Document 17 that deals with some of the financing by the Saudis or Saudi charities. You can see various portions of the report where entire pages are redacted. Sometimes they use just a blank thing, other times they actually take a magic marker and redact the pages.
With the relationship between the United States and Saudi Arabia coming under scrutiny, the White House itself is now under the spotlight.
So much information is being withheld from us. It's an egregious dereliction of our government's duty to protect us and stand up for us.
Summer 2016 in New York, and lawyers for 9/11 families are putting together a case to sue the Saudi government, trying to make them liable for 9/11. A claim that, if successful, could be worth hundreds of billions of dollars in compensation.
Because bin Laden told the world he was going to attack Americans and infidels around the world, and had done so before September 11, 2001. there's no way that anybody could claim that they didn't know Al Qaeda had this mission and was hell-bent on attacking America. So if you supported Al Qaeda and Bin Laden, you were supporting that jihad. I haven't alleged that everybody in Saudi Arabia is in on this, or even that every member of the government, or even the highest levels of the government, but there's certainly several people that have participated and conspired with Al Qaeda to pull off the 9/11 attacks. It's a cover-up. There's no question it's a cover-up to protect the relationship with the Saudis and cover up their involvement. They've even crossed out the word secret.
The courts have dismissed the family's case on the basis that Saudi Arabia has sovereign immunity, although it's a decision that they're appealing. But President Obama has indicated he'll resist attempts to change the law to allow Saudi Arabia to be sued, leading to accusations about which side the US government is really on.
Here's Pete and my son Tom on the lawn. You know, now I look at that car. That was our car. And that was kind of a sad memory. My son, I had to send him to the station to pick up that car. After Pete didn't come home, he had parked it at the station. That was kind of a hard thing. It's still stunning to me. It's stunning that our government has looked the other way against all the evidence. In a million years, you never would have thought that our government would have sided with the Saudis over its citizens. It's a betrayal.
The accusation is that the ties between the two countries, a relationship based on oil and arms deals, has deterred the United States and successive presidents from fully examining the role of their close ally.
Saudi Arabia knows what it did. Saudi Arabia knows that at the highest level, the United States knows what they did.
We asked the Saudi embassies in both Washington and London for a response to these claims. Both declined to answer. The Saudi government has always denied involvement in 9/11 and has said that the 28 pages confirm that neither it, senior Saudi officials, nor any person acting on behalf of the Saudi government provided any support for these attacks. The White House has said the 28 pages did not change its conclusions about the attacks.
You wouldn't have the FBI, the CIA, the State Department all saying virtually the same thing without someone having written the common score of music. They had a common composer, and that composer lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
The White House?
Yes.
Successive presidents?
Successive presidents.
So you're saying successive presidents have covered up the true story about what happened on 9/11?
That's correct.
When Bob Brown says the Saudi connection to 9/11 has not been adequately explained, you think he's wrong?
I believe he is incorrect. And let me ask a follow-on question back to you, okay? How big must the conspiracy be to create the reality that's just been suggested?
He suggests that the conspiracy goes right to the top.
Yeah. And it has to involve an awful lot of people, all right? I was near the top. I flitted through the people who are always near the top. Nothing like this ever appeared on my radar.
The US government says it remains committed to assisting the families of all the 9/11 victims, but has concerns changing the law to allow Saudi Arabia to be sued could set a precedent and allow the US to face similar action abroad. Memorial in New York, on the site of the Twin Towers. There's a steady stream of visitors paying tribute to the 3,000 people who died that day when America came under attack.
It's been 15 years and here we are today begging our government for answers. I would like to know the details related to my dad's death, and to be told by our government that we can't know the truth. I think that's just a bunch of bullshit. It's been 15 years.
Many of the families feel that successive presidents have failed to give them the whole story about the events surrounding 9/11. Today, as they await the decision of the courts, They feel more than ever that the boundaries between truth, lies, and conspiracies remain blurred.
I keep asking, why is our government protecting Saudi Arabia? Why are they protecting them? I think we have a right to know, and I think the American people have a right to know. I think my husband deserves justice. I think my husband was murdered.
Amor, tú tenías un compromiso conmigo hoy, ¿qué pasó? Tenías solo un compromiso conmigo hoy a las 4 de la tarde.
Ajá.
¿Qué?
¿Qué?
¿Ya le dijiste toda la programación?
Yes.
¿La tienes apuntada en una parte? No, yo la necesito apuntar.
Hello?
Porque te voy a ir evaluando con base en esa programación.
Hello?
La tienes que cumplir. Eso no es mamando gallo ni por salir de
No,
paso.
yo no lo voy a escribir. Si quieres tú escríbela. Yo la
Mi
tengo.
amor, deja de ser
A mí no
siempre
me dijeron que
así.
tenía que escribir. Me dijeron que tengo un plan. Un plan
Amor,
está en
pero
mi cabeza.
deja de ser siempre tan a la defensiva y tan grosera.